Hey, Sneaky, what's going on? Yeah, you gotta love it, man. That's why I don't leave my house, because I can't go anywhere in under an hour. I literally went to go get lunch. A little late lunch. About maybe 5-7 minutes away. And it took me over an hour to get there and eat and come back. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Seeing another swing failure pattern on Bitcoin. Typical. Typical. Could be a bulldog forming on the hourly. Yeah, I got you, Sneaky. I'll pull it up here in a second. I got you. We're looking at this little 1 hour over here. You kind of have this bulldog forming where you have that bottom into that curve into that bottom. Could pop up and then pull back into a nice little pop. This one's resisting the back. So you have that little back line up here. Could pull back, pop up. Could take the entry above the high. Could take the entry on the pullback. Still looking at a 4-hour distribution here. You have that low into that high. Or excuse me, high into the low. Into the deviation. It failed that level here on the doji. down, bounced off the 70 or 25, rebounced off the 25, and now we're currently pushing towards the high of that distribution around 96. 96 is the high. If we see a clean little flip of 96, you could definitely look for a break to 98, 10-2. You can see this swing failure pattern here on Bitcoin. You have that low here. You wicked the low, popped back up, and retraced, creating that swing failure. You can see it on a 15-minute as well. Another scam move. Liquidity grab. I'm really glad that I'm taking a break from trading when I see moves like this. But out of all things on this chart, let me see if you guys have been studying. Let's see if you guys can catch this. Do you guys know how you could have traded this? Besides the swing failure pattern, what else do we see that you could have traded this? Let's see if you guys caught that. Did you guys catch this? It's a beautiful doji. You have a doji, which is your point of origin of your impulse. So you have your doji, impulse up, another doji, and then failure downward. This is a clean doji until tested. You were not tested here. You got your test there and then popped up. So now if we do continue up on a bullish move, you do have an untested doji here. And you also have that pivot. So I would look for a little bit of resistance around that 97.50 range, which would give you about a 3% trade, I believe. Yeah, 3%. The Momo also gave you a beautiful bull div here. Actually, no, slight. I guess if you take wicks, but you can't really take wicks here. So yeah, no bull div actually. You had a bull div here. So from this low to this low. No bull div here though. Taking a look at higher time frames, you're still holding the trail. You got a nice little buy signal there on that candle. Multiple buy signals on the 3-hour. Take a look, 12-hour holding that pivot. Terrible price action though if you look at the candles here. Very ugly price action. The daily is back above the 72 moving average. It's pretty good. Back above the pivot as well, but you're not seeing a lot of bullish strength. You're pretty choppy here. Weekly is still not green, so still choppy on the week. Monthly is still green, or still white. Hey, Keytoy. Turn up. Sneaky. Appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Jelly, what's going on? Would it be bearish while it's a swing low failure, but it broke the previous low? No, so... Hold on. Would it be bearish while it's a swing low? No, so swing low failures are never bearish. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it could still be in a bearish trend. So like, this could still be bearish on like the overall trend. But if you're talking about just the swing low failure, it's never bearish, because the swing low failure is indicative of a bullish move. So swing low failures have to make a new low. So you said, but it broke the previous low. It has to break the previous low. That's the whole reasoning behind a swing low failure. So a swing low failure is a break of the previous low, but then a failure to close below the previous low. So it has to break the previous low. What was the weekly OTS? Yeah, I think we're gray still. Yeah, we're still gray, still choppy. Which is very uncommon for the weekly. You can look back, it's very uncommon. You see a few gray candles, but not many. It's pretty uncommon. $15-minute not looking too good. Still looks bearish. You're failing this pivot. You have a lot of sell pressure coming in. Not looking too good. But that is indicative of a bulldog. So if the 15-minute pulls back here, you could still pop. Let's take a look at like Ethereum here. Ethereum's doing really good. Ethereum didn't really have a scam move like Bitcoin just did. The daily on Ethereum looks really good as well. You have a nice little double bottom here. Could even slightly be a bulldog. You need to get above this pivot at 199. But it looks really good. The weekly looks fantastic on Ethereum. This curl here looks really good. If you break this downtrend here, which would be about like 200, basically the same thing that I was just talking about on that pivot. If we break that pivot, it looks really bullish. Because look at the Momo here. You have beautiful accumulation. And look at the Momo. The Momo is gaining momentum. So the bulls are getting stronger here. Beautiful 4-hour pivot. Popped up black to white. Bearish to bullish. And now we see our uptrend. Take a look at Ethereum BTC. Ethereum BTC doing pretty good as well. Slight pullback here. Litecoin doing pretty good. ADA. Yeah, they're all finding nice little lows here. Ripple pretty solid here. Look at this pivot. You have a accumulation. You have an accumulation deviation. So you would have taken the buy when the deviation returned to the pivot. You could have bought it here. Now we're failing the trail, so you have some sell signals coming in. But once we pop back above the trail here, you could look pretty bullish. Tron had a really nice retrace. Massive scam move on Tron. Wow, look at these premium. These premiums are getting pretty damn big on Bitcoin. $140 premium on the December contract. A $260 premium on the March contract. They're getting pretty big on those contracts. You can see this move on exo charts. You can see the price action that came in. You had a ton of trapped sellers here. Look at all these sellers on the bottom. 5.8, 2.2, 1.3, 1.1, 11, 5.5. Massive sellers getting trapped here. So all these sellers got trapped. They sold the bottom. and they got nuked. Look at this buy volume coming in. Massive buy volume here. You get back above this value area high here, 94.77, you could look really good to regain this weekly open around 9.556. So keep an eye on this value area low here, or sorry, value area high. You break that, you look pretty good. Now let's see. Yeah, so that grabbed a little bit of liquidity here, not a whole lot. You had a decent wall here that got grabbed, and now we probably will head higher towards these upper walls around 97. There's really nothing in our way. You're already above the POC by a good margin. Your value area high would be somewhere around here, so you're almost above that value area high as well. Don't you think these sellers were mostly stopped out longs? Yeah, they probably were, but it's hard to say. It's hard to say which is, if they're stopped out longs or people selling. But either way, it's still sell side liquidity. So if you have sell side liquidity towards the bottom of a move, that is still very bad. That's still bullish. So either way, if this was a seller or a buyer closing, you still have sell side liquidity on the low of a move, which is not good for bears. So it doesn't really matter which kind of way they're trading. Like if they're closing or opening. I mean, it's definitely more bullish if they were opening shorts here and not closing longs. But it's too hard to tell. But either way, it's still bad for the bears. So it's better for the bulls if they were opening shorts, because then they would get stopped out. If they were closing longs, it's still good for the bulls because they're closing their longs at the bottom of a move. So instead of them closing their longs up here and pushing price down, they're closing their longs at the bottom, so they're not going to push price down anymore. You see what I'm saying? Because if you close your long, you have to sell, right? So when you sell, price goes down. If people are closing their longs towards the bottom of a move, they're not going to push the price lower because that's already the bottom. So if they're already closed, they're not going to close their longs here and push price down. So it's basically taking some sellers out of the market. You don't care if they're sellers who are opening or sellers who are closing. You're still taking sellers out of the market. The more sellers that you take out of the market, the easier you're going to go up. Give profit take. If you're in a long, I'd be looking at these major levels here. Weekly open, previous day value area high, and then previous month value area low. 96 is a major level. Previous month value area low is pretty huge. Previous day high is 99.44. Previous month value area high is 10.8. Those are all your major levels. We have no liquidity really on either side. You've got some liquidity down below us, nothing really above us. The books are still paper thin. Of course, I'm not home tomorrow, so don't want to be in a position for my inner peace. Good luck to you anyway. You're DGen long Litecoin. Yeah, I know, dude. Traffic is ridiculous, man. It's fucking absurd in my area. Where's Litecoin? Litecoin. Here it is. Yeah, Litecoin looks good here. You flipped the 72 moving average. Nice accumulation, breaking out to the upside. Nice little buy signals here. You are failing a pivot, but if you get back above that pivot, looks pretty good. You have a little bit of a resistance right there. That lines up with a daily pivot as well. $250, not 250 Litecoin. Yeah, 250 Litecoin would be a lot. What's Litecoin at right now? Like $80 or something? $70? What do you think about the CME gap? We've got a gap below us that is nearly filled. It's about like a third of the way filled. We also have a gap above us as well. We have a gap right here. And we have a gap here as well. This one's already mostly filled. So those are the two gaps that we have. We have a gap at almost 12K, 11.8. And 8,800. Actually, 8,600 would be the low of that one. Hey, Og, what's going on, man? Still in this distribution here. If this distribution plays out to the downside, you're looking at like 8,600. Plays out to the upside, you're looking at about 10.2 probably. Could have set up some bids down here towards the low of the distribution. You would have got filled. You'd be up like 4% already. I'm currently still taking a break from trading. Trying to clean my head out. Get a little bit of... Is it not UWT? What am I in? I thought it was UWT. Yeah, it is UWT. Making sure. I went long on oil the past couple of days. I bought the dip on oil. I like this weekly bull div on oil. I also like that we're kind of regaining the pivot here. Looks pretty good. I like this little accumulation popped up, retraced. I'm already in the positive because I damn near caught the bottom here. The bottom was 10.49. I bought at 10.54 and a little bit at $11. So I got this nice little gap down. Still a little scary though. A lot of the reports that are coming out are very bearish because the supply is so high for oil right now. But Saudi Arabia said that they're going to start cutting production pretty soon. They've got plans to cut their supply. So if Saudi Arabia cuts their supply, oil will definitely go up. And if oil goes up, my position is going to do very well. I'm pretty deep in oil right now. Let's take a look at some long-term dojis on oil. Beautiful support here. You had a swing low failure, popped back and double tested it, popped up. Looks pretty good. I don't like this lower high here, but all in all, looks pretty good on the monthly. Let's take a look at the weekly. I think this doji was already tested. Almost. Just barely missed it. It's definitely still in a downtrend, so you definitely still have some bearish strength coming in on oil. Yeah, look at that beautiful tap of that trend there. If you take wick to wick, this becomes a deviation, and then you have the failure of the trend line there. So this is a little worrying for my long, but I do like this. I do like this bottom here. The reason I'm looking at CL is because this is the oil's future contract. UWT is just a derivative. The trend is a lot different here on UWT. Was that a weekly trend I was taking? That was a daily, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was weekly. Alright, let's go back to Bitcoin here. But that's my oil position. I'm taking a long in oil. Here comes the pullback we were talking about. 15-minute failing the pivot. This is still indicative of a 1-hour bulldog, so still bullish. After stream today, guys, if you guys are in the Discord, I'm going to turn on the alerts for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm also going to finish up the alerts on the other pairs. But I'm not sure if the other alerts will be live by today or tomorrow. But for today, I'm going to turn on the alerts for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Bitcoin USD and Ethereum USD will both have the alerts turned on. And like I said, there's 32 alerts per ticker. So there are 8 different alerts on 4 time frames. So you have a ton of stuff coming to Discord. So if you guys are in Discord, I will post an announcement when they are live. They should be live within a few hours after I end the stream. So keep an eye out for those. And then the alerts on the other altcoins will be live within the next 2 days. Discord is going to start really popping off with upgrades once we have these alerts done. You guys already have the scanner, so if you guys are crypto traders, you guys look for altcoins. We've already got our scanners running, so hopefully you guys use those channels. If you guys have any recommendations or any ideas that you would like to see in Discord, any upgrades, any tools, just let us know and we can see if we can get to them. Currently, right now, we have the Oasis bot, which is Sticky's bot that is used for options and stocks. He's also adding crypto commands pretty soon. And then we have the Binance crypto coin scanner that scans for potential breakouts and bottom forming patterns on every coin on Binance. And then we are going to have alerts for our indicators for nearly every ticker on BitMEX. So, got a lot of stuff going on in the Discord. Five minutes still holding this pivot as a SR flip and still holding the trail as well. Not looking too bad. Could see a nice little SR flip here. Sorry, I was reading something on the ExoCharts Discord. Can you guys believe that this is one fucking person? This entire platform is developed by one guy. They say you work better in teams. My ass, dude, this guy. This is like the best platform I've ever seen for order flow, and it's fucking developed by one person. Guy's incredible. I wonder if he would hop on stream with me someday and chat about it. That guy must be somewhat intelligent. Yeah, he's probably genius level IQ. What do you think about Bybit? I think Bybit's a little, what's the word for it? I don't trust them. They're a little shady. I don't like how they marketed themselves when they first started. I don't like the referral system that they tried to pump out to as many people as they possibly could. I understand that you have to market a new exchange to a certain extent to get users to trade. But the way they went about it, it just gave me an iffy feeling. I don't know. I can't quantitate like what I'm feeling. Like, I can't give you evidence or anything. But it just made me feel it was a little shady. So I stayed away from them. In my eyes, they seem like they're an exit scam waiting to happen. But like I said, don't take my word for that. I've got no fucking evidence to back what I'm saying. But I don't know. They just seemed a little shady to me. So. I really like their exchange though. Like all that aside, the screenshots that I've seen, like with their with how their exchange is laid out and like all the UI. I like their UI. Their UI is pretty good. I like that it shows you USD value and Bitcoin value. I like how it shows you your trades. So like when you close trades, it like shows you your open and your close. Their UI is really good. You know what I could do? Because I have 2 accounts on BitMEX, I could transfer my small account to a different exchange, and we could try out another exchange. But I think I've already talked too much shit about Bybit to try Bybit. I've already tried Deribit, and I like Deribit a lot. The main reason I switched off of Deribit was because you couldn't chart their coin. You couldn't chart their chart. You can chart their chart if you put in its own formula, which I didn't think about back then. There was another thing that I didn't like. I can't remember. They oh yeah, they don't have. I think they added them since I left, but they didn't have. What was it? Reduce only. They didn't have reduce only orders. I think they have those now. But if I were to switch exchanges, it would only be to like Deribit or FTX. And I can't trade FTX because of their restrictions. But I can trade Deribit. So I might switch to Deribit for like my small account. That would make it a lot easier, so I won't have to sign in and out of my BitMEX account. Because right now, what I do is I sign in, sign out, sign in, sign out. I could open a separate browser. I did that for a little bit, but it got really irritating. They don't show your leverage. What doesn't? Deribit or Bybit? Deribit doesn't? I actually never thought about that. That's a good point. I don't think they do. That is a good point. Leverage is really easy though. It's just basic math, so I know shit like that, that's basic. It's just a pain in the ass. Like, why can't they show me the leverage? Because it is such a simple math formula. You just take your contract size divided by your account value, and that's your leverage. So if your contract size is 1,000, your account value is 100, you're at 10x leverage. You don't have to guess. You can just do the math. It's just quantity over account value. But no, I agree. Like, little shit like that is so easy to do. Having the excuse that, oh, we don't have that because the user can do it really easily. It's just a simple calculation. It's like, okay, if it's such a simple calculation, why don't you just do it for us? It's the simple shit like that should be done for us anyway. That's why Bybit, it's so attractive to people, because Bybit has a very like noob-friendly user interface. Their UI is extremely noob-friendly from what I've seen. I haven't used it, so I can't confirm, but from what I've seen, it looks very noob-friendly. They give you your USD value, they give you your Bitcoin value, they show you where you open your trades and close your trades when your trade's over. Their UI is, they don't have a bunch of fancy buttons and like all this customization, so it's kind of straightforward. They have reduce option? Yeah, I think they definitely have it now. It was a long time ago. Yeah, I wouldn't use any new exchanges that haven't been around for a while. That's why I only use BitMEX. They've been around damn near the longest. If you look at like how they've been actively used. Like they're not the first, but they're probably the most actively used for the longest period of time. If you enter a trade, you can't edit your stop loss. What? Oh yeah, I saw that on Bybit. So Bybit, they like you enter a trade and you have a stop loss and a target. You can't edit it. There's no way you can't edit it. You definitely can't edit it. You probably have to cancel it and like re-put it in. There's no chance they don't let you edit your orders. They wouldn't survive. Bybit is really good if you're getting blown out by overload. Yeah, I had some decent overload recently on BitMEX, but it's the price you pay to be on the biggest exchange. It's the price you pay. If you don't set it up from the beginning, if you're live in a trade, you can't. I don't think that's true, man. There's no fucking way that's true. If that's true, Bybit is a complete shit show exchange. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying there might be a button there that you can delete it or re-put it in. There's no chance that they don't allow you to edit your stop loss. Is anybody use Bybit in here? Can you guys confirm? Because in my eyes, that's a fucking deal breaker for nearly every single trader. There's no way they would last. Hey, Maverick. You tried it for fun with their $10 bonus? Hey, Vin Diesel. I put in a stop loss on Bybit. My stop got hit and it created a second trade to go short. That's probably because you put in a stop loss that was bigger than your actual trade. So it reversed you. If you had a reduce only order, it wouldn't do that. Maybe the option wasn't for me because I didn't deposit. China's launching their own crypto. Yeah, I saw that. Right now, we're just looking at a distribution on Bitcoin. Still sideways consolidation, nothing too crazy. No directional bias until this distribution breaks out. I'd say for now, we are slightly bullish. I think a lot of interesting stuff will happen in 2020. Yeah, hopefully. 2019 was pretty exciting for the most part, but it kind of died out for the second half. Recession's already going on? For what? For crypto or for stocks? Sorry, I was watching a stupid Call of Duty video on my phone. That's funny. For stocks, everyone is saying recession, so it's probably not going to happen anytime soon. Chile is fucked. What happened to Chile? I saw some headlines, but I didn't really read too much into it. On Bybit, you can't put in a conditional order or change your stop loss on Bybit. Oh, so it's true. You can't change. That's fucking dog shit then. Why is anybody even talking about Bybit if you can't change a stop loss or put in a conditional order? That exchange is dog shit. That's all I needed to hear. That exchange is complete dog shit. What are you looking at here? Yeah, I saw this. This was hilarious. Ancient scholars. Noah's Ark, perpetrated to be resting on a seabed of the coast of Shanghai, China. Noah coin up 1,500%. It's fucking hilarious. Their gap between rich and poor got huge. Oh, in Chile? Gotcha. Yeah, I read some things that were going on, but not a whole lot. Going back to the recession thing you guys are talking about, we talked about this a lot on stream, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But basically what I've said is so the 2008 recession, the financial crisis, the GFC, was due to the fact that basically the U.S. mortgage market and just the entire real estate market basically tanked the economy, because there was investors investing in bullshit contracts and basically bullshit mortgages, and they were giving out mortgages to people who didn't have any money, and they were selling houses to people who couldn't afford them, and the debt was skyrocketing, and then they just catalyst after catalyst after catalyst, and then it got destroyed, and the entire basically the world economy kind of followed the U.S. economy. But for now, in what we're seeing now, 2019, 2020, if you look at auto loan debt, student loan debt, corporate debt, it's all ridiculously high. I just read a report the other day on the delinquency rate on auto loan debt is at like a 10-year high or some shit. It's like really, really high. What that means is there are more people not able to pay their auto loans right now than there were for a very long time. So the auto loan debt is getting ridiculous. And I've talked about this on stream for nearly probably a year, maybe 2 years, basically since we started streaming. I have been saying that the auto loan and student loan crisis is going to be the cause of the next recession. And you're seeing the exact same thing in the auto loan and student loan sectors that we saw in the mortgage sector, the real estate sector in 2008. Did you hear about this guy called BitMEX Fast Money Trader? No. I don't follow anybody on YouTube for like trading stuff. Nearly every person on YouTube is a complete scammer. I don't follow anybody. Will they get bailout again? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey man, I haven't seen you for a few days, man. 16-month resub, one of our longest subs on the channel. Really appreciate that, man. You've been a supporter for a long time. You should check out Josh, whatever the hell that is, on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, but I'm a lot different from the other guys. There's a very clear distinction between my channel and my content and the other channels. And that's pretty evident with just watching one or two of my streams. To be honest, this sounds a little arrogant, but I don't really look at other people's TA anymore. I feel like other people's... I look at it every now and then, like People will send me charts and send me stuff, and I'll look at that, but I don't follow like one individual where I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. I want to see what he's saying. I don't do that anymore. There's not really like one person that I follow or a couple people that I follow. I only look at analysis from like viewers or people in Discord. Like they'll send me charts and I'm like, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. But I don't like, this guy, John, has really good analysis. Let me go see what John's saying. I don't do that anymore. This is the first time I see you here, and often I look new crypto streamers. Yeah, we stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I stream for about an hour, 2 hours, and I make a lot of YouTube videos as well. I've got 6 new videos that are ready to be posted on YouTube. I'm gonna get some thumbnails made and start posting them very, very shortly. Found out that a lot of YouTubers are scammers. Quite sad, actually. Just looking to get better in trading, but don't know who to trust. Yeah, so like if you look at my videos, my like how to trade videos, they're pretty straightforward. And I'm not trying to sell you anything in my how to trade videos. Hey, Og, with the gifted sub to Severin. Appreciate it, Og. Appreciate that, Og. Thank you, man. But yeah, it's very clear who's trying to sell you a bunch of shit and who's trying to teach. Like, obviously, I have a Discord, I've got indicators, but you guys can ask anybody who comes to my stream on a daily basis. I don't sit here and try to sell you guys shit. Do I have products and services that you guys can pay for? Yes, I do. But do I sit here and try to sell it to you 24/7? No, I don't. It's a very big difference between sitting here and trying to shill you guys stuff just on a daily basis, and teaching you guys kind of what I do on a daily basis. So, crypto, I've been trading crypto since 2017, but I've been trading, period, just trading in general, for about 8 years now. When we hit like January, it'll be like about 8 years for me. So I'm definitely not as experienced as a lot of the older guys, because they've been trading for 20, 30, 40 years. But I'm pretty damn experienced for my age. I'm in my early 20s, and you're not going to find damn near anybody my age with my experience. What's your opinion about this pump? What do you mean by this pump? How relative are you talking? Are you talking about this pump? Are you talking about like the entire pump on 2019? What are you talking about? God damn it, Deja, always shilling that one coin Doge. No, the only coin I shill is Mana. And I haven't shilled that recently because it's been dying. How's Mana doing, by the way? Let's take a look. It's doing fantastic. Hey, nice little bulldog. Nice little bulldog on the USDC pair. Could see 40 cents. The bulldoge. We should change the pattern to the bulldoge. The pump from 74 to 10.5. Oh yeah, so you're talking about the recent pump. It's basically just a massive massive liquidity grab, massive little scam move. You had this descending triangle, massive distribution, played out to the downside. You had an accumulation here. You broke the accumulation, then it became a swing low failure. So they knew that if they broke this accumulation to the downside, they were going to get a lot of liquidations, and that's exactly what they did. They pushed from 78 down to 72 and got a ton of liquidations. Then, because the books were so clean, they could easily take this high and regain that low of that descending triangle. So the swing low failure just was one of the biggest moves in Bitcoin history. I think it was like the third biggest. You can't predict shit like this, though. It's really hard to predict moves like that. You kind of just have to go with the flow and see how it plays out. The only way you could predict this is like we did a swing low failure video the day this happened. So the day before this happened, I posted my video for swing low failures, and that's exactly what it was. We had a breakdown and a regain. So you could have longed the regain of that level if it let you. It was probably very overloaded, so there's basically no chance to trade this unless you had some limit orders in. If you had market orders in, you're not getting filled. It overloaded the entire time. But yeah, short term, man, to answer your question, we're just in a distribution. Same thing that we look at a lot on Bitcoin, distribution accumulation. We're in a very clear distribution here. Currently slightly bullish. You can see you're above the 50%. You're slightly bullish here. But nothing too bullish until you get back above 9.6. You do have a nice little higher low here, which is pretty bullish. Seeing a higher low in a distribution is definitely more bullish than bearish. So you do have a nice little uptick here. You also have a bulldog coming in on the 1 hour. I think the real estate in the US is about to go into the toilet. I don't think the real estate's doing too bad in the US. It's not like extremely overvalued like it was back during the crisis. I think our biggest problem is auto loan debt. So looking at student loans and then looking at auto loans is definitely our biggest problem. Like I said, I told you guys my prediction. Give me a second, I gotta sneeze. Jesus. My prediction is, and I don't want to get super political here, I'm just saying, my prediction is Trump is most likely going to win in 2020. If the recession is going to happen, it's going to happen during his second term. He's going to get blamed for the recession, as every president does. They get blamed for everything that happens to the market. So he's going to get blamed for the recession. That's going to cause the Democrats to win in 2024. And then yeah, that's my prediction. We'll see if it happens. If the recession does not happen in his second term, then we'll see. But I think if a recession is coming, I think it is going to be in the next like 5 years. Lots of bears talking about corporate debt. Yeah, I mentioned corporate debt a long time ago. Corporate debt's pretty big. Auto loan debt's pretty big. Student loan debt's massive. Student loan debt, if student loan debt is not the catalyst, it's going to be auto loan debt. But student loan debt is probably the closest to being the catalyst. You guys wouldn't fucking imagine how much money I pay for college, dude. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I pay about $500 to $600 per credit. That's not per class, that's per credit. Now I have about 30 credits left. So 30 credits, let's just do like 550. I still have about $17,000 left that I haven't even paid for. You can predict them by watching Tether emissions 300 million that day. Yeah, I saw that for people were saying that they were printing a bunch of Tether during that massive scam pump. Clean books plus stop losses and liquidations equal 3 more Lambos. Yeah, exactly. For your credit? No, that's for my university. For my degree. I'm currently doing finance, but I might switch to economics. My school is one of the highest rated economic schools in the country, so their economics program would be better. $300 million in Tether just came in. Oh, just right now? Jesus. I'm 23 right now. I'm very young when it comes to doing what we do. Most traders who have my kind of experience are like 30s, 40s, 50s. So I've never really done analysis on that Tether stuff. So let me get this straight. If they print a bunch of Tether, that is bullish, right? Because they inject the Tether into these exchanges, correct? Yeah, I know a lot of people think I'm a lot older because I have a very deep voice. Trust me, it's not as fun as it sounds. My voice cracks like 9 million times a day because my throat vibrates when I talk, so it makes my throat extremely dry and it's not fun. Have you heard about Cred? Yeah, Crypto Cred's good. He's a good guy. He's one of the good ones. That fiat turned into Tether. Fiat on-ramp. Okay. So when they print Tether, it's bullish. So what's bearish when it comes to Tether? Or is it all just bullish? With USDT made with zero investment, you can buy stuff which costs $9,400. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, of course. When they do like the Bitfinex stuff, that's gonna be bearish. I was talking about like printing it or whatever that other shit they do with Tether is, injecting it. But I think all that shit's just insanely ridiculous. They are literally printing money. How the fuck is that legal in any regard? Nearly every cryptocurrency is just printing fake money. It's fucking insanity. It's like Ripple. They came out with Ripple and they basically made themselves billionaires. We need to come out with our own coin and make ourselves billionaires. Because goddamn, it seems pretty damn easy. You just make a crypto coin called Noah, and then you write some bullshit article about them finding Noah's Ark, and you're up 1,500%. You know what I feel like crypto is? Except for like a few certain coins that actually have use cases like Link or Mana or some payment coins that are actually being used for payments. The majority of crypto coins are made for no other purpose than to trade them. That is it. They're like fucking trading cards. They're made for trading. They're made to make people money for the price going up or the price going down. All their other use cases are bullshit. Now, there are exceptions, like I said. There are coins that actually have use cases. There are coins that do well. But the majority of coins are made to be manipulated. They're made to be traded. That is it. That is their use case. Their use case is trading. Hey, Deja, thanks for the answer on ExoChart yesterday. Hey, man, no problem. ExoChart's fantastic, man. I've been using it basically every day. We were just talking about that earlier. ExoChart is developed by one guy. It's actually insane. So basically you need to day trade? What do you mean? China uses Tether to get in and out of trades so they don't have to go back into RMB. That makes sense. Noah is something else. Look at a car vertical. Today pumps over 1500. Yeah, they're both on a scam exchange. That's why you want to stay away from bad exchanges. Ethereum definitely has use cases. Yeah, like the big coins are exceptions, obviously. What's the link of the site with the trader flow? The order flow? ExoChart. Exochart.com. Or ExoCharts with an S. Exocharts.com. And then there's Trading Light, that is a different one. This one, you have to go into their Discord and do a survey to get access. This one, you just sign up and it gives you access. Unless you changed it. But yeah, I'm in both their Discords. They do a lot of updates in Discord. They're really good developers. They're doing a lot more work than TradingView, that's for sure. So going back to the alerts that we're going to be posting on Discord, which coin is... See, I don't trade these altcoins on BitMEX very often, so... Which one of these coins... So, we're going to do Ethereum, Ripple, Tron. These are guaranteed. So out of Litecoin, ADA, and EOS, which one has the most volume, you think? Or which one do you think would be the best to trade? Let's take a look at these charts.
Yo.
4 hour on ADA is not bad. Let's see, Litecoin. EOS. You think Litecoin? We're doing Tron. We're already doing Tron. That's a guaranteed. So the only ones that we have to decide between are Litecoin, ADA, EOS. Oh, and BCH. I don't even have BCH on here.
I'd say Litecoin, EOS. ADA probably not.
No ADA. We could do BCH. We don't have BCH.
Bitcoin Cash would be good too.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin Cash is probably the best plan. But the problem with Bitcoin Cash is on BitMEX, if you don't have a big account, you can't trade Bitcoin Cash. Because or what's their contract at right now? They're probably a lot lower now. 0.03, so it's about $300. Probably about 250-ish. $280, yeah. So each contract is almost $300. Yeah, I'd say Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash, probably. Because TradingView limits us to 200 alerts, which sucks. I want to see if I can email them and probably get some more, but they'll probably tell me to go fuck myself. We can't do more than one. So we can't do EOS and Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. We can only pick one. Because we're doing Ripple and Tron guaranteed, because these are really good to trade. And then Ethereum we're doing. So we have Bitcoin 1, Ethereum 2, Ethereum BTC 3, Ripple 4, Tron 5, and we can have one more. We can only have 6. Because TradingView fucks us. Even with their most expensive plan, you can only have 200 alerts. Which is not a lot. They should really raise that to like 400 or 500. They just have really clean moves. Like Ripple and Tron have really clean moves. They're really trendy. Like if we look at our indicators on Tron and Ripple, if you look at the higher time frames, like the 4-hour, what's really fucking irritating is when do these contracts expire? December, like the end of December? December 27th. So I'm doing all of these alerts. I'm going to have to redo them as soon as they change all their contracts. It's going to be a pain in the ass. I'm going to have to redo them every single time they change their contracts. But yeah, if we look at like Tron here on the 4-hour, look at the indicators. The indicators are really trendy. They do very well. Yeah, so I think we'll do Bitcoin Cash. So I'll do Bitcoin Cash and then all the ones above as well. Still holding this massive area volume up here, this value area. This entire profile here is bullish. The bulls are definitely stepping in. Probably retest the weekly open around 95.50. Tron is nice to trade? Yeah, it is. Tron has some good moves. Tron is really good to trade percentage-wise because their percentage moves in Tron are huge. Look at how clean this 1-hour pivot was. 1-hour pivot. Beautiful bottom. Black to white. Bearish to bullish. Popped up. I'm going to start actively trading these starting November. I have not been trading alts basically since we started the Discord. I've been focusing mainly on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But with these new alerts, it's going to be a lot easier to trade the altcoins. Looks like the Bulldog's getting ready to pop up. You have that double bottom, pop, pullback, micro pullback, breaking the high. Looks pretty good here. You probably will start to push high. 3% to the range. Goose, Bitcoin looks pretty bullish right now. Swing low failures are bullish. Bulldogs are bullish. It's even bullish on the distribution. So I would definitely say it's pretty bullish right now. Unless you get back below like 93.70, kind of like this little support right here. You have like a support right here. If you get back below like this level, you'll be bearish. But anything above that looks pretty good. So didn't China go from banning cryptocurrency to like making their own exchange?
Yeah, they're making their own tether or something.
That's like the most China thing to do. Ban all your people from trading crypto and then trade crypto yourself. That is the most China thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're doing it to protect their dollar as well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Huobi token didn't moon as much. I think they're like one of the only exchanges in China or Hong Kong.
Probably all the Hong Kong drama.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of exchanges. I think Hong Kong has like really good regulation for like exchanges. I think a lot of exchanges have headquarters or some kind of offices there. That's their thing, to copy everything. Yeah, China likes copying what other countries are doing and trying to do it better.
In hindsight, you could tell that the dump on Bitcoin was a fake out because it didn't affect ETH.
The recent dump, yeah. This is one of the cleanest ascending triangles I've seen in a while. Look at how clean this is on Ethereum. This is like textbook ascending triangle. Currently testing a major resistance zone. But if we flip this zone, it looks really bullish. Not sure why I don't have any levels on Ethereum. Let's draw some levels here. You got a doji there that's currently failing. You have a doji here. You got one there. That one had a beautiful failure. That lines up perfectly with a daily doji too. That's pretty good. That lines up with the daily high. Really nice buy signals here on the OTS on the 1 hour. You could have caught both those wicks on Ethereum. Gave you a nice little 5% trade. You can see the difference between the buy signals when the candles are white and the buy signals when the candles are black. You want to do some basic analysis to determine your trend. Look for your support and resistance. Don't just blindly take the buy the dip and sell the rally. I need help trading alts on mechs. Yeah, alts on mechs are definitely, a little tricky. You got to trade lower size. That's typically what I do. So like if I'm trading Bitcoin, I'm using like a 1% stop loss or something like that. I will trade like half size or even lower than that on alts, and then I'll use like a 2 to 3 to 5% stop loss. You definitely can't trade like super close on the alts because you'll get wicked out. very often, especially on like coins like Tron. The percentage moves in Tron are pretty big. So like just like this move here is 20%. So if you're using a tight stop loss, you're gonna get hit. You don't want to be using like 1x or 2x leverage on like Tron, because if you're using 2x leverage, and well, it depends on what your stop loss is. If you're using like 2x leverage and you're using like a 5% stop loss, that's pretty bad. That means if you lose that trade, you just lost 10% of your account. So you really don't want to be using high leverage on the altcoins. I would stay below like 1x, 0.75, half x. You don't need high leverage to make money, especially on altcoins. They make a 10% run and you're using 1x leverage, you're going to make 10%. Making 10% of your account is huge. People are too worried about getting rich quick and making like 20% on a 5x move, 10x move. The problem with crypto is you guys fall for that shit on Twitter too much. You guys fall for those guys who show you their BitMEX account where they grew 0.01 to like 1 Bitcoin. Okay? But how many times did they nuke their account to make that gain? They probably nuked their account 20 to 30 times before they had a successful run from whatever to whatever. They only show you that one time that they were successful. They probably lost more money than they made during that whole process. So don't fall for that shit. Unless they're showing you like every single trade along the way and they're telling you from start to finish. Why is it always that the guys who post, hey, I did 0.01 to 1 Bitcoin. Why is it always those guys who don't tell you like, hey, we're going to start a trading challenge, or hey, we're going to start trading today, and I'm going to show you my account on like a day-to-day basis? They never do that. They come out of nowhere and they show you, hey, I made 1 Bitcoin from 0.1. It's like, I don't give a fuck. How much money did you lose on the way to that 1 Bitcoin? Yeah, or inspect element. People have showed how ridiculously easy it is to inspect element BitMEX. It's probably as easy on the other exchanges too, but BitMEX is extremely easy. I take all that bullshit out of my stream, out of my Twitter. You guys don't ever have to think about that shit because I don't show you that shit. I don't show you my contract size. I don't show you my value because I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you guys see my what you guys think of my size, or it's like a dick measuring contest. It's just ridiculous. It's like look at the FTX Battle Royale, right? You have a lot of traders who are supposedly like really good traders who have really good risk management, and they're blowing their account up in like 1 or 2 trades. I understand it's a competition. You're probably going to be trading more leverage. You're going to be doing a little more risky shit. But if you're supposedly a really good trader who has like a solid risk management, you shouldn't be blowing your fucking account up in 1 or 2 trades. You were saying you want to trade BCH? No, I was saying we're going to use BCH for our alerts in Discord. But yeah, I might trade it every now and then if it gives me some good alerts. So on the alts, go lower than 1x but bigger size. No, you just contradicted yourself. You want to go lower than 1x, that's smaller size. It's just how you use it. Yeah, exactly. It's a matter of trust. Yeah, exactly. You were saying you want to trade... Oh, I answered that. Sorry. How can you make people trust in your trading and not... How can you make people trust in your trading and not in your talking? I'm not sure what you mean. I only lost money on BCH, basically. Also, the fees are ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know much about the fees on the altcoins. I know they're pretty high, though. So basically, getting stopped on leverage is fuckery. Want to pull up Litecoin? Yeah, we can take a look. Litecoin has like a rising wedge here. It's kind of like a bear flag. You see the trend lines kind of stalling out? This doesn't look extremely bullish to me. This looks more like an accumulation. So maybe a failure back down and then like a range. Looks more like an accumulation. Litecoin USD, probably the same. It looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Very strong accumulation breaking to the upside. You do have some resistance though. If you want to break above like 63, you have like this range low here. You need to get back above that range low. Looks pretty bullish though. It's really hard to get an entry in most cases. Yeah, I've noticed that. Your limits will definitely sit around on the altcoins for sure. I have noticed that. Yeah, you don't want to be trading forex on altcoins anyway. Like I was saying earlier, you want to be trading small size. That's one of the main reasons people blow up their BitMEX accounts. They trade too big size on the altcoins. The altcoins move much bigger than Bitcoin. You guys need to understand that. If you're looking at percentage-wise, the altcoins move much more than Bitcoin does. So a 10% move in Ripple is going to be a lot easier than a 10% move in Bitcoin. So if you're trading like 1x leverage and you get a 10% trade in Ripple, that's a huge fucking trade. You don't have to trade high leverage. You can trade low leverage and go for bigger percentage moves and make the same profit. So let's say you trade $1,000 on Bitcoin and it moves, I don't know, let's say 5%. You just made $50, right? But if you trade $500 on Ripple and it moves 10%, you also make $50. You don't have to trade $1,000 on Ripple to make that money. You can trade a lower size and make the same money because the percentage moves are bigger. You're looking at lower time frames. You got to be very careful trading these altcoins on lower time frames. Their price action is dog shit on lower time frames. We used to scalp altcoins back in like alt season when the volume was extremely high. Nowadays, it's very risky. Lower time frame just looks like a bull flag. It's 0.25%, so almost 1% if you go 4x. Yeah. Check out RLC on RLC BTC. You just broke your uptrend, now you're entering a downtrend. Really nice trend here. Yeah, this is fantastic. Look at this on the indicator. The indicator called this the entire way, basically. You had buy signals down here, popped up, more buy signals. Very parabolic move up here. It's probably going to nuke downward. Yeah, look at this on the indicator. Black to white. You could have entered on the white candle. And look at where it failed. This pivot is old as fuck. Look at how old this pivot is. This pivot is from July of 2018. And look at where price failed. Price just failed on a pivot from July of 2018. That is pretty damn clean. So you had a 300% move up, about 270. And now you're failing on the pivot. You can take profit on the pivot. Massive bear div on the Momo. Weekly starting to lose steam. Monthly is hitting the trail almost. You've got a 1 hour pivot coming in. 15-minute hanging man. Look at that. That's a perfect hanging man candle. Very long bottom wick. Small body. Massive bear div to confirm. Looks really good. I like the way this thing trades. Pretty solid. Bitcoin looks like it's going to try to go here. Let's keep an eye on the order flow. You got most of your volume coming in from 100k to 200k users, so not big players, but pretty decent size. Your CVD is bullish. You're at 12 million. Like no volume on this candle though. ExoCharts is so good, it's really good. I'm really glad that I found it. I've seen this on Twitter for a while, but I never knew what it was because people were being really quiet about it and they weren't saying what it was. But then I finally figured it out. You got a lot of buyers coming in towards the high here. This delta is extreme. Every single one of these bars is a bullish delta. 61 million delta. Only 7 million sellers, so this is a profit-taking value area. This is not a sell-off. Like I told you, if you break this value area high, you're most likely going to touch the weekly open. This, if it gets above the weekly open, it's going to flip green. Bitcoin to 10k tonight? That'd be ridiculous. Rising wedge on the 1 minute. Yeah, but the 1 minute doesn't even have candles. Rising wedges are bullish on Bitcoin, so keep that in mind. It used to be a meme, but it's actually pretty accurate. Yeah, exactly. The volatility is going to kick in when I go to sleep, so keep an eye on like 4 a.m. Bitcoin cancels out any TA. I think there's a lot of TA you can do on Bitcoin that's pretty solid. But yeah, a lot of patterns definitely get destroyed. China will put that tether to work. So are they creating something that's tied to anything else, or are they the sole like providers? They're in complete control.
They're basically making like
They're making a new currency for themselves.
It's basically a currency token tied to their dollar that's going to be on WeChat and whatever the other one is. I forgot. WhatsApp, maybe. I don't know if WhatsApp's in China.
They need another currency that they can manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, I'm going to start calling it the end of the stream here. We're almost 2 hours in, so a little bit of a long stream today. Fuck, I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, so right after stream, I'm going to turn the alerts on for Bitcoin and for Ethereum in the Discord. So I'm going to make those channels visible to you guys. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll make an announcement letting you guys know they are live. And then the altcoin alerts should be live by tomorrow or Thursday. And I'll let you guys know when those go live as well. But yeah, keep an eye on Discord. I'll post in the announcements section when they are ready to be posted. And once they're live, they'll be live basically as long as the bot doesn't go down. So on the 1 hour, 4 hour, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily time frames, there's going to be alerts just constantly flowing from the indicators. Right now we have 8 alerts. They're going to be, I think it's 6 alerts from the OTS and 2 alerts from the Auto SR. No Momo alerts just yet. Once the Momo, once I figure out a way to kind of make the Momo alerts not so spammy, we'll have some Momo alerts. But the Momo post, it would post alerts like every single bar, so it'd be really spammy. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna have a ton of videos coming to you guys on YouTube pretty soon. Just got to get some thumbnails made and do some finishing touches on the editing, and then I've got 6 videos that I'm gonna be posting. So keep an eye on that as well. But I'll be streaming tomorrow around the same time, probably around 3:30 to 4 p.m. So keep an eye on that as well. But alright, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.